Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge here at 5:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time on September 29th, 2019. Yesterday I did a Dawn Busters and I got it right, and I think I will again. Getting used to this Gran Legacy. I did a Stout Saturday, but I deleted that. That was kind of silly, but it was just something to do. People were saying, good, I'm driving around, I can listen to it. But there is a Stout Sunday today, and I have a stout, a chai tea stout, I think it is, and I have another one. But what I'll do is a solo review, record it to be posted later, and then what I have left over from that and the written review, I'll put it in Stout Sunday with those guys. So, and then Wednesday night is not Wildcard Wednesday. Wednesday night is what beers do you like to drink in the fall Wednesday? Like, what kind of beers do you like to drink in the fall? And I'm going to have St. Arnold Oktoberfest beer. Good morning, Ron, says Craig Swenson. Good morning to you, Craig. Thanks for watching. So we have Ancient Age Preferred. Ancient Age. Now, I have an Ancient Age 10-star straight bourbon whiskey, but it's in that squared off Jim Beam type bottle. And it's 90 proof. Ho, ho, ho. This is Ancient Age Preferred. I don't know who prefers it, but blended whiskey. And it's Kentucky blended whiskey. And if it says Kentucky blended whiskey, it must be produced in Kentucky. All right. So this is made in Kentucky. It's not just sent to Kentucky and bottled. And it's made at the Ancient Age Distilling Company. In other words, Buffalo Trace in Frankfort, Kentucky. And they're talking about 20% Kentucky whiskey, 80% spirits distilled from the finest grains. In other words, corn grits. And the label, you could feel the lettering on it, but it's kind of basic label. Ancient Age, A8. Entered, people are saying, Dawn Busters. Yeah, you need to pay attention to those two letters, A8. Ancient Age was introduced in 1936, although the website, greatbourbons.com and buffalotracedistillery.com, they'll say it's 1946, although I did prove to them that it was 10 years before and they had it wrong. And they never changed it. They asked me, where did you get this information? And I sent them the files. It was obvious it had been 1936. I mean, I didn't care if they changed it or not. I just knew I was right. So they got Ancient Age Preferred, this base model. You know, the 4-cylinder stick shift. Then they've got the Ancient Age, 3-year age. Now that one's at least 4 years age, just blended, because no age statement. There's the Ancient Age, just Ancient Age straight bourbon whiskey, Kentucky bourbon whiskey. Age 3 years. And then there's the Ancient Age 10-star, aged 6 years in 90 proof, which I did buy in Mississippi, and I was so happy about it. Now here's Gran Legacy. Oh, now are there other Ancient Age versions? There could be, because these, you gotta watch these liquor companies and beer companies. They'll put stuff out there that they don't acknowledge, although you know it exists since you're holding it in your hand and looking at it and buying it at the counter. Gran Legacy American Blend. You can buy this at CVS Pharmacy. You say pharmacy sells liquor? Yeah, the one there does here on Louisiana, on United States, not Louisiana, United States Highway 61. Which if I get on it and head north and just stay north and follow the signs, I'll just follow the sign. I'll go through Baton Rouge, Natchez, Vicksburg, Memphis, Tennessee. I'll go through St. Louis, or at least the backside of St. Louis. It doesn't go through downtown anymore. Got rerouted onto some bypass highway. I'll go to Iowa, cross the river into Illinois, and then to Wisconsin. Does it go to Illinois? I think it cuts. Oh, I know it goes into Wisconsin, you know. to La Crosse, former home of Heileman Brewery. Talking about strange beers that aren't listed. I was in La Crosse, Wisconsin on a road trip, and went to a grocery store and they had Colt 45. You say, well, that's listed. Dumb. People know about Colt 45. Yeah, but it was Colt 45 cold filtered lager. Wasn't Colt 45 malt liquor or double malt or high gravity. It was Colt 45 cold filtered lager. It was sort of like the Colt 45 version of Miller Genuine Draft. And I saw that on the shelf, that 6-pack. I said, ooh, buying this. I bet I'll never see it again. And I would have won that bet because I never saw it again. And then it crosses the river into Minnesota, goes to St. Paul, Minnesota, and then the highway proceeds up. Becomes a state highway 61 in Minnesota, and then into Canada, the King's Highway 61. True story. Bob Dylan wrote did an album about it, Highway 61 Revisited or something like that. Okay, now the Blues Highway, in other words. Oh, I put too much Ancient Age. Let me fix this problem. But that's why you hear a lot of sirens around here, because when I'm doing videos, because it's a busy road and it intersects with US, the old interstates, Highway 51 here, and then they have a lot of wrecks. For some reason, people don't understand, like, you don't turn left in face of oncoming traffic, stuff like that. I don't know. Or they're on their phone. I mean, why would you ever pay attention? Why would you ever pay attention when you're driving, when you could be texting and looking at stuff? I mean, when I see sheriff's deputies and police come by me, or usually they're looking down. Now, maybe they're looking at a police report. Well, I doubt that. But even so, they shouldn't be looking at that if they're driving. Maxwell, hello, Ron. How are you? Hello, Maxwell in the Russian Federation. I'm fine. I hope you're doing well. Now, oh, well, ha, ha, ha. You could see that the Ancient Age is much lighter than this. This is the Gran Legacy, caramel. And then this one is golden. Aight. As Nick Saban would say, aight. Ought to do a Nick Saban video one day where I talk like him the whole time. You know, so we're going to be looking at some blended American whiskey. Aight. And this one is darker relative to this one. All right. And if you ask me any hard questions, I can get angry. I will get angry at you for asking me that. So I can't look because one is gold and one is caramel. Now that's just the way it is. Lenati says, "What's up, Ronnie?" Some people call my father Ronnie, but he's senior, you know. But nobody really calls me Ronnie. But I don't take offense to it. But it's just really, there's a deacon at our church that does that. Deacon Paul. I'm not real particular about these things. Ronnie Spector. Are you going to church today? I went yesterday at 4:30 Mass. Yep. And today is Priest Sunday. The Father David said, remember to pray for all of the priests on Priest Sunday. And I forgot, but I'm going to do it. I usually go at 7:30, it's true, on Sunday morning, but sometimes I go at 4 or 4:30 or 5 or 5:30 in the evening on Saturday. It just depends. Seventh-day Adventist What? Craig Swinson says Ronnie James Dio. Right. Well, I'm not the last in line, but I'm not the first in line either, but I'm not the last in line. Well, let's go on with the taste challenge. I feel like I'm falling off the edge of the world. Never, never again. All right. It's been more than an hour since they locked her in the tower. Okay. People are going to accuse me of committing TV crimes. All right. All right. Die young. Gonna die young. Someone stop the fair. All right. This one smells like corn alcohol. Corn alcohol. I know what you're going to say. Why are you drinking that stinking, rotten, trashy, no good, low down, disrespected $8.99 a bottle, stinking, rotten corn alcohol blended concoction trash when you could be drinking straight bourbon, which, if you want to be techno, is at least 51% corn. So I guess you could say it's also corn alcohol. But this one has a little bitty bit of sourdough bagel, which makes me think it must be sour mash whiskey, which makes me think it must be from Buffalo Trace, which makes me think it must be Ancient Age. And Ancient Age was a cheap ripoff of Ancient Bottle, Seagram's Ancient Bottle gin. It's a long, complicated story. It's convoluted. There used to be a gin. Cold gin time again. You know it always will. But anyway, there used to be a gin called Ancient Bottle Gin from Seagram's. Had an old basket weave looking bottle, kind of like the Seagram's today. And then along comes Johnny Fontaine with his oily hair and his skinny charm. All right. And then along comes Ancient Age, which had a curiously similar bottle design and a remarkably similar font and letter design. Instead of Ancient Bottle AB, it was Ancient Age Gin. Yeah, they used to make an Ancient Age gin. And then I said, oh, no, that was too cheap. And then they had Ancient Age bourbon, which is still around today, and this whiskey. But the Ancient Age gin went away. Well, I know Seagram's was mad, but I don't know if there was a lawsuit or anything, but it was just too funky. Like Dr. John would say, everything I do is going to be funky from now on. All right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I say, oh, yeah. But if you go to Minnesota, they say, oh, yeah. All right. This one is just so caramel. It's like, gag me with a spoon. It's like, you know what I mean? It's caramel. It's like oak extract. It's like candy sugar. You know what I'm saying to you? It smells so grand. It smells so Gran Torino, so Gran Legacy. Let's go with the taste, but after all, it's a taste challenge. Which do you like better, Sabbath with Ozzy or Dio? Sorry to get off topic. I guess the Dio's all right, but I prefer the original. They both have their merits and demerits. Men at work. Ronnie, you're always stony. Everybody likes Stoney, but you know, he wasn't like us. You know, he wasn't Italian. Oh, well. But Andy Stone took orders. All right. I know guys been working here 30 years, don't have a license. All right. Oh, that is just oh, I cut my leg. I'm at the doctor's office. He's putting some antiseptic on my leg because that's what it smells and tastes like, rubbing alcohol. Hey, you ever say to yourself, I want to drink a whiskey that tastes like rubbing alcohol? Well, if you do, there's your answer. Ancient Age Preferred, $8.99 a bottle at your local discount liquor store, glass bottle, or you can go to Winn-Dixie right over here and get a plastic bottle for $18.99. Which, when you think about it, is really not a good value because you can go to CVS and get this Gran Legacy for $10.99. Save $8, get the same old stuff, basically. All right. Oh, there's a little of that honeydew melon, which is so inappropriate. But there's that candy sugar, there's that oak extract, there's all that funky monkey, funny bunny, silly Billy stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, I want straight bourbon. I want some quality bourbon whiskey. Yeah, well, you're watching the wrong hangout and you're dealing with the wrong products. Because this is not that. Because you could deal with the, all right. Now, my best friend Harry had a brother Larry, and he brought this over, and I said, what? I'm about to bust a move because this is not what it seems to be. You read the fancy label and you think, oh boy, the finest grains. Oh, well, I mean, I'm being cheeky. I guess the finest grains might taste like grain alcohol. Heck. All right. All right. I should be at the table round, a defender of the crown, a bearer of the cross. Oh, well. Which one do I prefer? The preferred or the plastic bottle? The Gran Legacy, the Gran Torino. If you want to be techno, Ron, are you posting on Instagram? Do I have a PhD in alcohol testing? Natty Island, Natty, Fantasy Island. I don't know. I don't post anything on Instagram. I'm a member of Instagram. I have all these followers, but what are they following? Exactly. An account with no posts. You say, I bet you spy on people on Instagram. There's nothing to see. It's just a bunch of photos. Do I want to come to your house and look through your photo albums? Answer, no, I do not. Do I want to see your vacation photos? Actually, no. They're nice. Like people go on trips and on Facebook, they'll post like 38 photos. Yellowstone National Park. I'm not going to look at 38 photos of Yellowstone National Park. I'm sure it's very interesting, but why would I want to see that? You say you don't like national. You don't like parks. I like national. I like parks. I like vacations. But I'm not necessarily interested in looking at all these myriad photos. Which one do I like better? It's kind of like a draw, but I think I'll go with the Gran Legacy because it's less grain alcohol, less. Now it's ancient age straight bourbon, pretty good, pretty dang good. And it's only $9.99 a bottle. You hear what I'm telling you? $9.99 for the regular size glass bottle. And that is a deal for straight bourbon whiskey. Let me tell you right now. And sometimes you can find the Benchmark Old Number 8. McAfee's Benchmark Old Number 8 for $7.99. But normally you're going to pay $8.99 on it. Think about that. Straight bourbon whiskey, $8.99. And it's pretty dang good. And it's age 3 years. And that's all I got to say about it. All right. I'm going to say this is the Grand Legacy. Please say GL. Please say 1983 Mustang GL. I fell in love with a country girl. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I am the king of taste challenges. I got used to Grand Legacy and other words. Okay, I did it right. I did it right. Grand Legacy wins. Is it really good? No. Is it worth $10.99? I guess so. Would I buy it again? Are you crazy? All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this video production Tuesday. I got one more blended whiskey taste challenges for the meantime, and then we're getting into Canadian whiskey. You heard me right. Canadian whiskey, 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 Canadian whiskey. Thanks, everyone.